Evening. This is Kate Bush, Town Administrator. Welcome to tonight's RTM meeting. We're just checking off a few more people. It's not quite 8 o'clock. While I've got you, a quick reminder that to raise your hand, you need to click it. It will turn red. I know that's a little counterintuitive, but red is up and green is down. And I want to thank you all for being willing to be here tonight to take care of this matter on such short notice. It is much appreciated. Beth, you do have a quorum.
All right, great. Well, in that case, this is Seth Morton, moderator of the representative town meeting, and this is a special meeting of the representative town meeting. I'm going to call this meeting to order and without objection, accept the agenda. If there is an objection, please raise your hand now. And if you raise your hand, if it's raised, it should be red, as I understand it.
Yep. Okay. I see Cheryl Russell has raised her hand.
Okay.
Cheryl,
then,
if you want to unmute yourself, if you needed to say something. Cheryl Russell.
Hey, Kate.
Yep.
Can you let TV 79, Darien TV 79 in?
They should be able to get in.
Okay. I have a message from Jim.
Kate, it's Cheryl. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, good. How are you? Okay, my hand is green, so it's raised, correct?
No, green is down.
Oh, for God's sakes. It says hand, raised hand. All right,
No.
so red is down. So now I've lowered my hand. Okay?
Okay.
oh,
Thanks.
great. Okay, so Kate, if I understand everything, we don't have any objections to accepting the agenda.
Correct.
Okay, good. Well, then we'll proceed to the first and only item on the agenda. Item 20-27, discuss and vote on reauthorization of the tax deferment program under the governor's executive order 9R. And speaking on behalf of the Finance and Budget Committee is Jack Davis, chairman.
Yeah, let me just find Jack, okay?
Yeah.
Jack's not here.
Well, on second thought, we'll wait till Jack arrives.
While we're waiting, Kate, Jim assures me that he can't get in and that he did register as Darien TV 79.
All righty.
Oh, wait, now he says he's in. Never
Okay.
mind.
I saw him in. I didn't see TV 79.
Yes, he was in, but not the TV 79, but evidently he's in. TV 79's in now too.
Okay.
Yep, there it is. I see
Patty,
him.
you have a question?
Yeah, Jack just texted me. He's having a hard time getting in, but I sent him a reminder that he needed to register first. So let's give him a minute and see if that's what the issue was. Okay.
All righty. Yep.
Thank you.
That's the very question I asked Jim.
So if any of you haven't read the executive order, that is what's showing on the screen now. And the section that we are dealing with, trying to put up as best I can, the deferment program.
And there's a piece above it too that gets into the RTM, the legislature, by determination of its local legislative body. In the middle of that first paragraph there. It's the same wording it was before.
It was, yeah.
Uh,
me see if I see Jack here yet. Mm.
Kate, evidently a raised hand on an iPhone is blue.
Really?
Yes, I'm told that.
Well, that is pretty interesting.
So always try to make your user interface consistent. Right?
All right.
All right. Still trying to get Jack in here. Well, the good news is I have his report if somebody else from the committee is here, if we can't get Jack in.
Outstanding. Who's the, just,
Okay. Bert,
Yes, I just want you to know that I attended the FNB meeting today, and if Jack doesn't show up, I can probably wing it.
outstanding, Bert.
thank you.
I'll give it another 5 minutes here.
Okay, Teresa?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Since Jack emailed his report to all of us, maybe Bert can just read that, or somebody can read it from the F&B committee.
That's
Right. I just wanted to give Jack just I hear you. But
Let's give Jack a few more minutes.
yeah,
He has it down pat, and you know, this is not going to take long tonight, I'm sure. Once we
Bert,
have him on.
who's the vice chair, Bert?
I am, so
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready. But I think we give Jack a few more minutes. It's not that he is AWOL. He just
No.
he has
We're
trouble
never-
getting on. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for FNB, the world wouldn't be the same without Jack. So
Absolutely.
okay.
yes, Patty. Patty?
Yeah, Jack was looking for the, I told him to, he said he registered this morning and then he just re-registered and it's not working on his new phone, and could you give him the access code number? And then he said, just have Bert do it. So he's asking for Bert to just give the information.
Okay.
That's fine with me. Bert, if you tell me when you're ready.
Bert, if you do me a favor and raise your hand again, it'll make it easier for me to find you. Okay, you're unmuted, Bert.
So Bert Van Soepnagel will give the report of the Finance and Budget Committee on this item 20-7. He's the vice chair of the Finance and Budget Committee.
So just bear with me, because I did not expect to have to do that tonight. But of course, we already know what happened in the spring when the governor said we want to give the people who have trouble paying their taxes some leeway. And the RTM at that time, under recommendation from FNB, went ahead and resolved in a resolution in April that people will have the ability to delay their payment for their taxes, but the audience that are allowed to do that was kept very small. RTM came in because the Board of Selectmen had already agreed on the scheme, and the Board of Finance had not required to agree, but to at least approve that this is what's going to happen. The amounts involved in the deferral of taxes, both for, and these are all property taxes, for the, is Jack on suddenly? For both of the, for personal property or real estate property and commercial property, the people who wanted to extend their payment schedule was very small.
Bert, could I interrupt just for a second? Are you reading in Jack's report?
Not yet. I'm just giving the outline. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah. Because it's an official document. It's.
I have in front of me the resolution, but I think we usually dispense with reading this.
Yeah. If Jack had a report, we should read it if it's available there.
Okay.
And the other thing is, if you do me a favor, just quickly, if you'd ask for a motion to put the item on the table.
Okay, so now that I have outlined the circumstances, can I ask for a motion to put the item that Seth just mentioned on the table?
Is there a second? Is there a second, please?
No, we need somebody to move the motion.
Yeah,
So-
go ahead. You move it.
Bert
Nice.
moved it, and I see a number of hands raised for seconds.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Okay to proceed. It's on the table now, Bert, and you can go ahead and if you'd proceed reading Jack's report, that'd be huge.
Okay, so now since I'm filling in, let me find Jack's report. I'll be back to you in a second.
Okay.
Okay. So the report starts with, I am Jack Davis, so I will start it with, I'm Bert Manstubnagel on behalf of Jack Davis, Chairman of the RTM, I will say, Vice Chairman of the RTM Finance and Budget Committee. I move 2027 resolution of the representative town meeting of the town of Darien to establish a program to provide relief and support to eligible taxpayers, businesses, nonprofits, and residents who may have been economically affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Do I hear a second? I think we already heard that.
Well, yes, you're on. It's it's on the table.
Okay. There's no objection. I wish to waive the full reading of the resolution, but I will read to you what FNB discussed and what Jack prepared. And it starts with the sentence, so why are we here? The governor issued on December 16, 2020, I guess only a few days ago, Order 9R, which extended benefits under Executive Order 7S as they applied to tax deadlines and collection efforts for tax bills due and payable on January 1, 2021. On April 27, 2020, the RTM approved Resolution 2013, the tax deferral program for taxes due April 1, 2020 to July 1, 2020. So the RTM already approved the old version. This is a not different new version. Some of you may have read that if the town wishes to continue its program, the town need not to do anything. So again, I ask, why are we here? We are here because this executive order is a bit vague on which governmental body is responsible to determine and approve continuation of the deferral program. Put in other words, who decides to stay as is? Hence, the Board of Selectmen, with input from Town Council and members of the RTM, when I attended that meeting, determined that the best approach was to be inclusive in said determination and approval. As such, we are here today to put our legislative stamp of approval in agreement to the Board of Selectmen program as it applies to tax deadlines in a collection effort for tax bills due and payable on January 1. Those applicants that meet the criteria. Guidelines are prescribed by the Secretary of the OPM, and the town's tax collector is required to sign off on any request for deferral. Deferred payments are due April 1, 2021. If there's anything I am leaving off or I'm going to pass, the town's tax collector is eminently qualified and experienced to answer any of further questions. While here, let's review the last deferral program that happened in the spring. Cassie Larkins, Darien's tax collector, has reported the following. There were 62 residential and commercial taxpayers that qualified for the prior tax deferral. The residential taxes that were deferred were 161,207. So the amount is small. Even the commercial tax deferral of 460,926 are small. The total is 624,133. There were 35 applications for residential, 27 for commercial, for a total of 62. Most everything has been paid by the deadline. The residential 94.5%, commercial 99.9%. The outstanding amount right now is only 8,328 residential and 570 commercial, for a total of 8,898. This is minuscule. Percent of outstanding in residential is 1.3% and commercial is 0.1% for an aggregate of 1.4%. The outstanding balances are assessed 1.5% per month, 18% per annum. Outstanding balances are not part of the new deferral, as the deferral relates solely to January 1, 21 tax payments and collections, none of the old ones. So you need to catch up to whatever is outstanding to benefit under the new program. Escrow taxes cannot participate. Those are the taxes that are held by your mortgage company, and they're gonna get paid on time and have nothing to do with the deferral. Based upon the electronic file sent to escrowing agents on November 12, 2020, there are 37% of, or 23.8 million of the total 64.2 million of taxes due escrowed. The remaining 40 million is 40.3 million are not escrowed. Now, some additional information from Kathy discussed at the joint Board of Selectmen, Board of Finance meeting, which I attended. The town should expect greater requests for deferrals this tax period for 2 reasons. Several applicants missed the first deferrals deadline, and is anticipated those entities or individuals will not miss the deadline again. 2, the length and severity of the pandemic has potentially increased the need at this time. Some silver lining regarding the deferral was in order to qualify those taxes needed to be current. So we had to catch up. Therefore, some past due taxes were collected as part of the deferral offering. Now, a view of the program, and again, these are Jack's words, but I have absolutely no disagreement with any word or sentence. 1, there are 2 types of programs, a deferment program and a low interest rate program. There's no change from what we did in the spring. 2, under the deferment program, there were 2 options. A, offer to eligible taxpayers that they have been financially affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, or offer the deferment to all taxpayers. Okay, just a small group that are really hurt, or everyone. Darien has offered the first program to eligible taxpayers who have been financially affected by the pandemic. This program, the deferment until April 1, 2021 to eligible taxpayers, is a program that will be continued. Same as in the spring. Not everyone can just not, wait. Everyone's taxes are due January 1 and have to be paid by the end of January. The second program was a low interest rate program, reducing the interest rate from 1.5% per month, or 18% annually, to 25 basis points per month, being 1/4% of a month, or 3% annualized, for a period of 90 days. This would have applied to all taxpayers. After significant research, all Darien governmental bodies were not in favor of this option. The Board of Selectmen and Board of Finance have again recommended not to pursue this option this time. I mentioned the above 3 options to ensure clarity on the Board of Selectmen and our RTM resolutions. The option we are selecting is a deferment program to eligible taxpayers, smaller group, that have been financially affected by the pandemic. This is the option 1A. Conclusion. The town has reserves and is in good standing with over 20 million in the general fund. It should also be noted that there is minimal financial effect to the town by offering this program. Looking at the opportunity cost of this program, even if the total deferment doubled in size to $1.2 million, the potential earnings for 90 days in a low rate environment is minimal at best. I want to stress to the media and anyone who is interested in this program that, quote, a link to the application will be on the tax collector's page of the town website and must be submitted to tax collector Kathy Larkins on or before February 1, 2021, unquote. So it's very easy to find. You need a tax deferral. That's where you go, and you have to qualify. And these are the instructions by the governor. The FNB committee, as its December 28th meeting, voted unanimously, 13 in favor, none against, and no abstention, to recommend that the full RTM, as a town of Darien's legislative body, and as prescribed by E09R of the government, approve a tax deferral program pursuant to the Board of Selectmen's resolution to provide relief and support to eligible taxpayers, businesses, nonprofits, and residents who may have been economically affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, whose eligibility criteria established by the Connecticut Office of Policy and Management. Again, to make it clear, by approving this resolution, we are simply extending the April resolution's terms and conditions to the upcoming payment due January 1, 21. I think that, and Jack added, nice man that he is, stay safe, be well, have a healthy and prosperous new year, and please lock your car doors. And here we go, respectively submitted, Jack Davis, and he's the chairman of RTM Finance and Budget Committee, and I concur, Bergman Stubnagel, co-chairman of the RTM Finance and Budget Committee. Any questions?
Thank you, Bert, and thanks to Jack. Nicely written. Do you see any questions, Kate?
I don't see any hands raised, so this would be the time if people have questions to raise your hand. I am not seeing any.
All right. Are there any other committees of the RTM that wish to report on this?
I'm not seeing anything.
Are there any town officials who wish to speak on this item?
I don't see any. Wait. No, I don't see anything. It looks like there might be one hand raised, but I can't find it.
Kate, it's John Zagrodzky.
John Zagrodzky. John, go ahead. You're unmuted.
Yes, John.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Bert, for that report, and to Jack, if you're able to listen. I would concur with all those recommendations. We've done this program once before. It benefited a few taxpayers, and hopefully more this time. I think this should be an easy decision, and I don't see any cash flow risk to the town at all, based on even a significant level of participation. So this should give just a few taxpayers some relief and assistance when they need it most, and I'm personally very much in favor of this. That's it.
Thank you, John. Are there any questions from the floor of the RTM?
Does not appear so, Seth.
Any questions from the public?
I don't see anything.
Are we ready to vote?
So we're going to vote by using a poll. I'll be sending a question out into the room, and we'll give you, you probably won't need as long as a minute, but we'll give you a little bit of time to answer. And then we will, going by what the Rules Committee decided back in November, if the results are within a 10% margin, we would do a roll call. So I will send out the question now.
Thank you, Kate.
Okay, it's been over a minute. 92% of those present have voted, and it is unanimous in
Well,
favor.
that's terrific. I want to thank everybody tonight for being part of this, for coming in and doing our duty here. It's not easy to do in the middle of the holidays. And so I just want to extend special recognition to all of you for being in here, participating, and doing good things on behalf of the town. I guess at this point, we appear to have gotten all the votes in, do we, Kate?
Yes,
All right, then I think we're ready to adjourn. If I could have a motion to adjourn,
Sandra Savage,
and if I could have a second.
Nicholas Branca.
Okay, and then you'll poll this, will you, Kate?
Nope, I think I'm going to lower all the hands right now. And only if you object to adjourning, Clara, are you? Cheryl Russell, did you have an issue?
No, thank you, Kate.
Okay, so I'm putting all hands down. All hands are now down. If you object to adjourning, you can raise your hand. Otherwise, I think you're good to go, Seth.
All right.
No one objects.
Okay. This meeting then is adjourned.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Kate, you'll send the link to Jim for the
Yeah,
video.
I'll do it in the
recording.
morning.
Great, wonderful.
All right.
Thanks very much. I'm going to absent myself.
Me too. Good night.
Be well. Bye.